हाँ, पहले ऑन नहीं किया था.
इधर ऑन हो गया था. I think it's now it's recording.
But the battery is working or not? Just check.
Battery is working. I can see the red light.
That you can see that comes without the
Power charge. I can see power.
Okay.
Thank you.
हाँ, and Sandipani Mahatma Ji says that in his Gurukul, when Lord himself has appeared and come to stay, that Guru, what Guru Dakshina, that is Guru Dakshina enough. But Krishna Bhagavan insists that no, you have taught us, you must take Guru Dakshina. So Sandipani Mahatma Ji goes to his wife, consults, ki what Guru Dakshina should we ask? And they come to a conclusion that they had lost a son. So he comes and asks for a Guru Dakshina. He says, Beta Krishna, our son who was about 11 years old, about your age, he went to Prabhas Kshetra, and while there he was playing in the water, he vanished. And till now we have not been able to find him. Krishna Bhagavan, here I go. Bas itna hi chahiye. Immediately he goes. The moment he goes to the Prabhas Kshetra, the Samudra Devata comes, वो पूरा अक्षता पुष्प हल्दी कुमकुम चंदन पूरी थाली लेके आते हैं. भगवान, yes, so what can I do for you? He says, my teacher's son, he was playing in the waters of the Prabhas Kshetra, and it seems he has vanished. Who has taken him? You must be knowing. He says, I don't know, but I think my attention goes to, there is one Rakshas by the name of Shankhachud, and he is living in my waters, and he is of a Mahan Kaya, he is of a big body, and he hides inside a conch shell, and he must have stolen. Krishna Bhagavan goes, straight away kills him, takes the Shankh, but doesn't find the child. Now what to do? Next port of call. Takes the Shankh. Now that is the Shankh. When you read Bhagavad Gita, in the first chapter, the Shankh which Krishna is Panchajanya. This is that Shankh. So he takes that Panchajanya Shankh along with Balrama. They go to the abode of Yamaraj. अब बाहर जाके यमराज भागते हुए बाहर आते हैं. Yes, boss, what can I do for you? He says, according to the laws of nature, according to the karmas of one person, this child has died. But I understand those rules are there, that everyone pays for their dues according to the karmas that you have done in life. Isn't it? As you sow, so you reap. So according to you, the child of Sandipani was supposed to live only for 11 years. I agree. But you keep your rules to yourself. I am asking you to bring that child back to me. Override your rules. Yamaraj कहते हैं, Sir, you are my Baap. Whatever you say will be done, and immediately brings the child back to Krishna Bhagavan. And Krishna and Balram take the child and go back to Sandipani. And the Guru Maharaj and the Guru Patni, they are very, very happy. And Krishna Bhagavan says, ask me something more. This was nothing. See, every act that Krishna has done throughout his life is not out of seriousness, and it is not out of great hardship. He has killed every demon just chutki maar ke, in a mere play, in a sport. See, we make everything in our life a big burden. You know? Oh my God, now what will happen? Now the child is grown, now what will happen? Now she is going to get married, now what will happen? Now I am going to be a grandmother, now what will happen? We are addicted to problems. We cannot live without problems. So we keep inventing. Why inventing? Reinventing the problems. One after the other, one after the other. Because that's our food. Why not joy be your food? Why only finding some problem, and when you feel that you have overcome that problem, then a sense of joy? That is temporary joy. Then how? Be like Krishna. Someone has, our teacher told us, when you study Bhagavad Gita, don't take, you know about Bhagavad Gita, girls? You know, na? It is a dialogue between who and who?
Krishna and Arjun.
Krishna and Arjun.
Krishna and Gopal.
Sure. Sure. Yes. But normally when we study Bhagavad Gita, what is the standpoint we take? Oh, we must learn like Arjuna studied from Arjuna, Krishna, isn't it? No, we should take the standpoint of Krishna all the time, not that of Arjuna, because Arjuna temporary realization took place in Arjuna, but he died ignorant. He died ignorant. So we must take the standpoint of Krishna. While living also, be in bliss. When we die, when this body dies, we also continue being the bliss. Not want to reach somewhere. Anyway, so this is given back. The sun is given back. Here we see one thing, and that is that Lord Krishna follows all the rules of the creation, the principles on which this creation is functioning. What are the principles on which our earth is functioning? For example, gravity, isn't it? But he defies gravity when he wants to. How does species multiply on earth? From the parents, the children come. From the seed, the tree comes. From the mother and father, the child comes. Here, divine conception. He breaks the rule when he wants. When he wants. So here, when it comes to Guru Maharaj's wish that he wants his son back because he knows who he is. Because he knows who he is. If you can come to that stage in life that you know who you are at any given moment, then these powers automatically start manifesting out of you. Automatically. Not to become great yourself, not that you want to desire anything for yourself, but automatically these powers are utilized for the benefit of the society, for the people, for the world, not for your own personal gain. In Krishna's life, nothing he did was for his personal gain. He even married the 16,000 princesses, not because of the lust for them. No, they said, you have saved us. That time the rule was, the one who saved, they become his. He said, yaar tum kahan mere ko, okay, chalo. And he accepted. And yet, towards the end of Mahabharata, he says, if I have married the 16,108 wives and I have never been attached to them, let Parikshit come back to life. Who can say this? The one who knows himself. This is called living dynamically in the world without losing the awareness of being the self. This is how Mahatmas live. And here, when we take Krishna, Rama, they were God manifesting on earth, isn't it? So they were like us only, 2 hands, 2 legs. Ramchandra ji never showed any miracles. He lived like a common, normal person. Krishna Bhagavan was totally different. Buddha Bhagavan was totally different. Why these Mahatmas come into our life on this earth? Why do they come? From our point of view, to show us that there is a possibility. That there is a possibility to become perfect while living. In spite of the price that you have to pay. And whatever the price, it does not matter. That if we have realized, then it's all worth it, isn't it? So, with this, when Krishna Bhagavan says, please ask for another boon, and he says, no, I am happy with what you have brought me, and I don't want to get anything, ask for anything more, and I know that everything is possible with you. If I ask for anything, you will bring it to me, and I know of your prowess. And therefore, with that, Krishna Bhagwan and Balram ji are blessed by, are blessed समनंदन प्रजा सर्वा दृष्ट्वा राम जनार्दनौ अपश्यन्तो बहुहानि नष्टलब्धधना इव. And with this, this happens. Krishna and Balram, they get onto their chariot, and with the speed of wind they go back to Mathura. When after their teacher Sandipani, he tells them that, oh, you both of you, he says, सम्यक् सम्पादितो वत्स भवद्भ्याम गुरु निष्क्रयः को नु युष्मद् विधगुरोः कामानामवशिष्यते. He says, what can a guru ask for when he is blessed with the students like you? And gacchatam swagruham virau kirtir vamastu pavani chandasya yatayamani bhavantviha paratracha. He says, I advise you to go back to your own home, O you, and I bless you with, and he calls them Veera, means the great ones, the valiant ones. And with that, he says, go and help all the people, and there is a purpose for which you have been born, and you have come on this earth, and go and purify the world, and with all the by your presence, and this way, and the knowledge that you will give to the people will get educated and will be able to better themselves, purify themselves, and excel in their life while living. Because it is a common thing that while we are living, majority of the people, they only want to go to heaven, isn't it? But they don't realize heaven is only a temporary place. It is not a permanent abode. It is only temporary. From there, when your punyas are over, bank balance of merit is over, again you pop down on the earth. And where you will pop down on the earth? Is it necessary that you will come into a human birth? No. Depends upon what your samskars are. There you will go. And how do you know what your samskars are? Every night when you go to sleep, think, be vigilant. What is your last thought? If the last thought is of the cat, next birth after finishing your punya will be meow meow. If it is that of dog, then bhav bhav. If it is that of house or property, then you will come as a brick. In India, someone will be holding it, katak, 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 katak. See? So, how do you know that your last thought is going to be that of the divine? How do you know? Only when you have lived your whole life thinking of the divine, then there is a possibility that the last thought will be that of the Lord. Even though gopis were doing that, yet when the Lord called them, Lord is in front of them, and they have the arrogance, how bhagyavan we are. And the Lord vanishes. Remember before last Leela? So we are nowhere close to them. Nowhere close to them. So much effort needs to be put. Much surrender needs to happen at the feet of the Lord. Now, from here, coming to this, they have come back to Mathura Nagari, and after having come back to Mathura Nagari, begins the parents, Devaki and Vasudevji and the Ugrasen Maharaj and all other relatives. They become very, very happy, and the whole city of Mathura, for those 64 plus 4 days, approximately, all the moment Krishna and Balram had gone from the Mathura Nagari, as if the the soul of the city has gone away. When the sun goes away, what happens to the plants? Murjha jate hain. When the sun comes up next morning, again every flower is bright and smiling. Same thing happened to the whole Mathura Nagari. They are all murjhaye hue. They are all sad. But the moment they see the golden chariot of Krishna and Balram coming in, suddenly there is a wave of excitement and joy and inspiration. Everyone came out, must have come out, just like Diwali time, everyone comes out in their best. Everyone was at their best. Now what happens? Atha षट्चत्वारिंशोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच वृष्णीनां प्रवरो मन्त्री कृष्णस्य दयितः सखा शिष्यो बृहस्पते साक्षात् उद्धवो बुद्धिसत्तमः तमाह भगवान् प्रेष्ठं भक्तमेकान्तिनं क्वचित् गृहीत्वा पाणिना पाणिं प्रपन्नार्तिहरो हरिः गच्छोद्धव व्रजं सौम्य पित्रो नौ भीतिमावह गोपीनां मद्वियोगाधिं मत्सन्देशैर्विमोचय तामन्मनस्का मत्प्राणा मदर्थे त्यक्तदैहिकाः मामेव दयितुं प्रेष्ठम् आत्मानं मनसा गताः ये त्यक्तलोकधर्माश्च मदर्थे तान् बिभर्म्यहम्. What is that? बिभर्म्यहम्. ये त्यक्तलोकधर्माश्च मदर्थे तान् बिभर्म्यहम्. महिता प्रेयसां प्रेष्ठे दूरस्थे गोकुलस्त्रियः स्मरन्त्योऽङ्गविमुह्यन्ति विरह उत्कण्ठ्य विह्वलाः धारयन्त्यति कृच्छ्रेण प्राय प्राणान् कथञ्चन प्रत्यागमन संदेशैः बल्लव्यो मे मदात्मिकाः. Shri Shukavacha. Now imagine you are watching a play and suddenly the scene has changed. What is the scene? Vrishninam pravaro mantri krishnasya dayita sakha shishyo brihaspate sakshat uddhavo buddhisattamaha. Shri Shukdev ji, the chapter begins with Shri Shukavacha. Just to understand where is this dialogue taking place, Shri Shukdev ji is telling whom? Parikshit Maharaj. Why? Why? Because he's got 7 days to live. Why he has got 7 days to live? Because he got a curse. From whom? From a sage, from a meditator. And his son, the Tarksha, he cursed him, not knowing who the person is who has done the act of putting a dead snake skin around his father who was meditating. So important point is not why he has been cursed. We are all getting cursed every now and then. Everyone, someone screaming at us, someone honking at us, someone doing different mudras to us on the road. So it's happening. So important thing is we have only 7 days left, Monday to Monday, 7 days. How do you spend, how do you know how many days more you are going to live? Do you know anyone?
7 days.
Only 7 days. Then what we should do? Listen to Bhagavad. For what you listen to Bhagavad? So that when the death comes in the form of whatever form it may come, you are ready. Meaning what? You are ready. You are not saying, "Acha, aa raha hai, to kar le jo karna hai, main to." Not like that. When death is going to come, but you are not available to the death. Why? You have transcended death. Death is only possible when we are body identified. But when we have transcended the body identification and we are established in the divine theme in our heart, or we are established in the Atma Atma Tattva, that is our essential nature, then death cannot touch us. बाल भी बांका नहीं कर सकती. It cannot do anything. इसको बंद कर दो नारायण. It cannot do anything. And this is seen not just in the life of what is this? Parikshit Maharaj. This is seen in the life of so many people. Even today, I have myself witnessed 2 people who have left their last, not one person only, second person I have witnessed, or people have told me, because I know his wife, that last breath was that of the Lord's name. So are we ready to prepare for that? You see? So here, Shukdevji Maharaj says, Parikshit, that among the Vrishni is a clan, and among the Vrishnis, one of the important persons in the Vrishni clan was Uddhav. And who is this Uddhav? Shishyo Brihaspate Sakshat. He was the direct disciple of Brihaspati. Who is Brihaspati? The Guru of the gods. Brihaspati also is so he has been directly taught by the Guru of the gods. And what does he say? Uddhavo Buddhi Sattamaha. And this Uddhav, he is a great Buddhiman Purush. Means basically a Vedanti. उसको सिखाने के लिए अभी बाकी की स्टोरी होगी. We can take it that way. It's not written there, okay? So intellectual great and intellectual क्या कहते हैं, giant. Continuing, तमाह भगवान प्रेष्ठम भक्तम एकांतिनम क्वचित गृहीत्वा पाणिना पाणिम प्रपन्नार्ति हरो हरिहि. And at that time, when one day what happened, the Lord, who is this Lord? Here he says, Prapannarti haro harihi. All those who are surrendered to the Lord, the one who removes all their problems. Not only those who are surrendered. We can say, it sounds nice, those who are surrendered. But Lord doesn't care whether you are surrendered or not surrendered. He is doing his job continuously. See, such a Lord calls Tamaha Bhagavan Prishtam Bhaktam Ekantinam Kvachit. So when he was, one day when he was sitting alone, he called Uddhav. And then what? Gruhitva Paninam Banim. अपने इंडिया में कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, इधर भी है. The moment they see you, namaskar, namaskar. And they have told me, sometimes I go and do shake hands. Sometimes I go and do namaskar also to some elder. स्वामी जी, ये क्या, आप तो सन्यासी हो, शेक हैंड नहीं करना चाहिए, आपको अपना कल्चर आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए. नमस्कार. Soul meets the soul, all those things. भगवान कह रहे हैं शेक हैंड अलाउड है. गृहीत्वा पाणी नाम पाणिम. शेक हैंड अलाउड है, भागवत में लिखा है. He is not said नमस्कार उद्धव, नहीं. He shook hands with him and he took hold of his hand in his hand and then spoke to him. What did he say? So this idea, always be wary of those people who say we have to protect our culture. We have to give samskar to children. Run away from them. Why? The best way to give samskar is practice it in your life. Only that freedom you have. And if someone prods you, no, we have to do for something for the society, we have to change the world. क्या कर लोगे यार तुम बाहर जाके? कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Anyway, यहाँ पे the continue, the Shukdev ji Maharaj says, what did Krishna say to our Uddhav ji Maharaj? Gacchodhava vrajam saumya pitrorni pritimavaha gopinam madviyogadhim mat sandeshair vimochaya. He says, he called him and he clasped his hand in his own hand lovingly, and then he says, "Oh Uddhav," and Uddhav is a very, very soft person. He looks like Krishna only. He looks like Krishna only. And he says, "Oh dear Uddhav, oh gentle Uddhav, please go to where? Vraja. Go to Vraja Bhumi." उधर तो व्रज कौन सी कैसी जगह है व्रज? What is व्रज? Remember when we did Leela, not Leela, Ras Leela, Rasa Panchadhyayi. In that Vraja we explained what is Vraja. It is the land which is covered by the 5 villages. But what else is great? What is the great about Vraja Bhumi?
The dust of the...
Nobody calls Vraj ki mitti. They call it Vraja Raja. Raja. Here, what do you do every Saturday, Sunday? You dust the whole house. Why? कहाँ से मिट्टी आ जाती है? I don't know, whatever. There in Vraj Bhumi, all of them, if the dust comes, they don't get disturbed by it. Why? It's the dust of the feet of the Lord. Lord walked here in this land. I don't know if this particle has touched Krishna's foot and it has now come and blessed my house. That is the feeling. You go to Raman Ki Reti, people go there especially and they roll in the sand there. And the sand is also very beautiful, soft ekdam. And it sticks to your clothes, little bit. It will go away, but the sparkles will remain. You've been there? You've been? Must go. Jao. So that is the greatness of Vraja. And to that land, people have heard about it. To that land, Uddhavji is being asked to go. Vraja Saumya. Saumya means what? How is Saumya? What is? 2 Saumyas here, no? Where is the other one gone? Okay, anyway. What does Saumya mean?
Silence, soft, something.
Soft, gentle. Is she? Gentle, soft. That the moment you are in that person's presence, you feel comfortable. Yeah? That is Saumya. Yesterday when we were coming from Sydney to Melbourne, driving, we started at 3 o'clock in the morning. The moon that was shining was Saumya. It was, we couldn't stop talking about it, we couldn't stop looking at it. It was just, the rays of the moon were just exhilarating. They're so wonderful. It was not harsh, it was not dull, just the right. Beautiful to look at. Even this morning it was beautiful. This morning or last night. Saumya. Pitror now priti mavaha. So he says, Uddhava, please go and please go to the Vraja Bhumi, O gentle Uddhava, and Pritim. Pritim is give love, share love. To whom? To our parents. Who are my parents? Who is the parents there? Our Nanda and Yashoda. Please go there and give them some love. Why? Now that all that will come. Hmm? And because they must be sad. And not only the parents, but also the gopis, also the cows, also the cars, also the animals, also the soil there. Everyone was missing Krishna. But what is their quality of missing Krishna and of those people who are living in Mathura is different. Mathura people have become sad because Krishna had gone to the school, and they became happy when he came back. Just like the Ayodhya Vasis, when Ramchandra ji went away for 14 years, they were sad. They didn't even light lamps in their house. They didn't maintain the garden. So, sign of a good garden in front. But in Vrindavan, in Vrajbhumi, the story is totally different. The gopis, the gopas, the animals, they have had the Lord amongst them, play with them, touch them. And once the Lord's grace, and they have surrendered to the Lord. And now that the Lord has gone, have they become sad? We'll see that. That will come. I will not tell you. That will be the next chapter, the Brahmara Gita. We'll see that. But Krishna Bhagavan says that because of my separation from me, my parents and the gopas and gopis, they must be feeling very sad, and please go and bring some joy into their life, and give them my message. And what is the message? Just after the Kamsa was killed, he asked Nanda Baba and all the gopas to go back, promising them that one day he will certainly return. And he has not gone. Already so many days have passed. So he is giving them an assurance that I will certainly come. Go and tell them that. But right now I cannot go. And why you should go? Here it says so beautiful. Ta man manaska mat prana madarthe tyakta daihikaha mameva dayitam preshtham atmanam manasa gataha. And who are these people who have got separated from me? He says ta man manaska mat prana, and man manaska mat prana. Man manaska means those who have given their minds to me completely. Mat prana, what to talk about their minds? They have given their breaths also to me only. They don't care whether they are breathing or not breathing. They don't care whether they live or they don't live. In other words, it does not mean that they are ready to die. In a devotee's mind, the idea of death will never come, because they have transcended it by surrendering to the Lord. Then what does mat prana mean? That with every breath they are remembering their beloved. With every breath they are remembering the beloved. That is mat prana. In fact, they believe that this breath that is taking place within us is only because of our beloved. And we are breathing only to remember him. You can put it in many different ways. That the source of the breath is our beloved. The breath is going on only so that we can remember our beloved. And in this way, mat prana. Then what is the next one? Madarthe tyakta daihikaha. And they have tyakta daihika, they have renounced everything. And madarthe means their whole attention in their life is only on me. Where is our attention in life? Where is our attention? Everywhere, isn't it? When will I get married? Don't look at him.
He's doing like this.
When will I get married? When will I finish my studies? Books after books after books. When will they end? When will I grow up? Our attention is on that. But Madarthe means that person, that person whose whole soul attention is only on the divine theme and nothing else. And that is possible how? Tyakta daihikaha. It is only possible when we have stopped giving any importance to this body. Only then it is possible. As long as you consider yourself to be this body, it will demand your attention. Whose attention? The mind's attention. Because that we all think only through the mind, isn't it? Then when will the mind only be immersed in the remembrance of the divine? When this theme of the body, it has tyakta, it has renounced, it has got detached from. Only once you need to do that, friends, not again and again. It's not ki today I am disidentified from the body and tomorrow again I am attached to my body. No, once you are disidentified, you will remain disidentified. See? And what will happen after that? Your realization that I am something other than the body will never get corrupted. Even if the world is demanding from you, you are getting involved in the world. But this knowledge, this realization that I am other than the body will not leave you. And only once it's required. Only once it's required. Again and again it is not required. So here he says that they have renounced for my sake everything. Mameva dayitam preshtam atmanam manasagataha. And they have tyakta daihikaha. Mameva dayitam preshtam. And they have given up everything in this life, in their life, for my sake alone. They have not given up the body identification for the sake of the body. No, they have given up body identification for the sake of me. They have given up identification with their children, with their parents, with their responsibilities, not because they are tired of it, but because of their love for me. Because they have given up, have they stopped loving their husbands and wives and children and animals and duties? Have they stopped doing it? No, they are doing it. This is not written here. They are doing it with even more inspiration. They are doing it with even more inspiration. See, sadness in our life only comes. Let me ask you, when it comes? When does the sadness come? Tell.
Unfulfillment.
When does depression come? When does sadness come? Fulfillment of?
Unfulfillment of desire.
Unfulfillment of desires. That is correct. Put it in another way.
Loss of something.
Loss of something. Another way.
Attachment.
Huh?
Attachment.
Sadness and pain comes only because of attachment. Another way of putting it. We have to define it more clearly. All these are correct. Only when our mind's attention is on something finite, sadness comes. The loss of that finite brings about sadness and depression. See? But when your attention is on the Lord, there can be no sadness or depression. There will be only inspiration. We will see that in the next chapter, when the gopis, they have got separated from the Lord. Lord has gone away. Are they living a life of depression because our Lord has gone away? No, Their whole day is full of remembrance of the Lord. They all get up in the morning, do whatever they do, continuously remembering the divine Lord, His Leelas, singing His name, chanting His name, they're playing. And the central theme is only Krishna, 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 Krishna. If your depression is, if sadness is coming on account of taking the name of the Lord, it happens sometimes, isn't it? Tears also flow, sometimes of sadness. Understand, your approach to the divine is not correct. Your approach to the divine is from the ego, is from the body, is from the rituals, is from the taking the name of the Lord, is from the karma yoga, is from pranayam, whatever ways you are taking. But the I is strong, that I am taking. That's why the sadness is coming. If you are really taking the name of the Lord, the result of the love for the Lord will bring about the dissolution of the I. You will not remain. The name will be chanted. But there is no owner that I am chanting the name of the Lord. That I vanishes. That's when the manifestation of the divine through that individual starts taking place. But there is no one to say, now it is happening through me. If it is said that now I am getting closer, I feel I am having a connection with the God, I am coming, I feel His embrace, it's all an ego trip. It's all an ego trip. It's a mental imagination. The ego is feeling I am still in control. That's all. We have to vanish. For that, a redefining of everything needs to come about. And we cannot redefine everything in this world. The best way is surrender yourself, get intoxicated in the divine name to such an extent in His remembrance that you don't remain as you. The river starts from the mountains thinking of the ocean and it rushes into the ocean and loses its identity. Let your mind lose its identity in remembering the divine. Let the I vanish. Let the remembering go on. Let the I. Water will remain. But you are not there. The owner is not there. The doer is not there. The enjoyer is not there. If this comes about, then a gopi is born when the gopi bhav will start expressing. This is the state of the gopis. They have renounced everything for my sake. Everything that is connected with their body. Who is connected to their body? The clothes. Who is connected to kundal? Who is connected to bangles? All the duties that are meant to be carried out through this body. Who is attached to the body, connected to the body? Their husbands and wives, their children. All their relationships, all their duties, they have renounced for my sake and my sake alone. See how beautiful. This is recognized by the Lord because He has formatted their mind from child for the 11 years. For 11 years He formatted their mind. And He only did that because they loved Him. There were many other people. Their minds did not get formatted into divinity. Only those who were available. So are we available to the Lord? He is ever ready to format us, our mind. Not us, our mind. Are we ready? And for that, mere chanting of the name of the Lord is not enough. Bhav is required. The faith is required. Uncorruptible faith, that come what may, I am ready to face every damn thing that comes in this world. But I will not leave my commitment to you, O Lord. I will take your name, I will remember you. Bring a point in my life where I like it or not, whether I remember or not, but your name is continuously, incessantly going on in my heart. Because that's also his responsibility. Don't take that responsibility. But when you call out to him, then he will make it happen. This is his assurance. He's not merely saying it, पतली गली से गायब हो जाएंगे, इसके लिए नहीं. He wants you to come to him because he knows that he and you are not separate. He and you are not separate. You are imagining that you are separate. What can he do? So the whole journey of wanting to become one with him is already null and void from his point of view. See the maja. But this transformation in our vision, we cannot, as an individual, we cannot bring it about. Only he can grace us with that vision. And when he graces us, does not mean that you will not be there. The body will still continue to function. And they have, here he says, Mameva Daitam Presham Atmanam Manasa Gataha. Their direction, Gata, Gati, their direction, they have given up, they are going, their mind is continuously going towards whom? Atmanam, towards the self. And they have taken their self to be me. This is secret language. For us, oh, Krishna is in Mathura, Krishna is speaking, so Krishna. But gopis have a different understanding of Krishna. Gopis' understanding of Krishna can be the way Uddhava will speak from Vedantic point of view, or it can be from devotional point of view. That they have this deep conviction, acceptance, whatever words you may use, that they and Krishna are not two. That experience they have had where? Where did they? Ras Leela. Where Krishna became the Gopi and Gopi became the Krishna. Both lost their identity. Both lost their identity. And the dance was going on. That dance, the dance that we saw in the Ras Leela dance, is the dance expanded, is this whole universe. Is the dance between the consciousness and matter. Is the dance between husband and wife. Is the dance of relationships. Everywhere, this entire universe is an expression of the dance of the Gopi with Krishna. That's all it is. That's all it is. Inside you, every moment, every thought, every breath, every action, every feeling is a dance between the mind and the consciousness, the divine. It's going on. This becomes self-revealed. You cannot work it out. You cannot work it out. And this has been recognized by the Krishna, by Lord Krishna in the gopis. He knows that this is going. How can the Lord speak about this about gopis without having known that this is their state? And therefore, O Uddhava, here he says, Atmanam Manasa Gataha. The ultimate that they love is the self, and that self is not other than me in their opinion. What is that throb in their hearts is me, the Atma. And they are given everything to that Atma. Their attention is always on that self, the conscious self, which they know is not other than the Divine Lord. And in this way, continuing, Ye tyakta loka dharmascha madarthe tan vibharmyaham. And therefore, having known that their self and the Lord are one, they have tyakta loka dharmascha, they have given up, they have renounced everything in this creation. And what? Dharmascha. They have even given up their what is dharma and what is adharma also. It is natural. As long as the individuality is expressing continuous, I must not do this, I must do this, I must not do this, I must do this. This is culture, this is culture. This is the right way. This is what is given in the scriptures. This is what the Mahatmas say. This is what this. How long you will keep telling what other people tell? Listen sometimes to the Lord, what He is speaking from inside. He says, give up dharma. Oh, papam. ऐसे कैसे होगा? फिर डर लगता है. How will we live in the society? People have been seeing me giving lectures and now I will wear a pant and shirt and sit down here. Yeah, dharma. People tell righteous is righteousness. Dharma is doing namaskar, not doing shake hand. Shake hand, Paschatya Desh habit. Krishna here doing shake hand to Uddhav. Proof, shake hand is allowed. देखो कि meditation you have to sit only on the ground and then do the meditation. क्यों भैया? Why can't you sit on the chair and do meditation? नहीं, ये धर्म के विरुद्ध है. अबे कौन सा धर्म आ गया यार? To sit on the chair or to sit on the floor, where is dharma in this? We imagine all these things. We get caught up. And when do we get caught up? When we accept ourselves as an individual. Should we stop following dharma? No, you must follow dharma. But you will only follow that dharma which you have given importance to. God says the greatest dharma is to remember me, surrender to me. Are we doing that? We are caught up in other dharmas. Going to temple, if someone does one यानी कहानी च पापानी, if अगर एक बार कर लिया, नहीं 3 बार कर, बेटे को बोलते हैं, है ना? देखो खोलते ना. This is the correct way. If the child says, Om Keshwaya Namo, Madhavaya Namo, 3 बार पी लिया, चौथा भी भी पी लिया. Don't do that. When you do karma, there's too many things to remember. When you remember the Lord, there's only one karma. What is that? Remember the Lord. And that also is not a sharirik karma. That also is not sharirik karma. That is, karma happens at 3 levels. Manasa, vacha, kaya. So it's not kaik karma. It's a vachik and or mental. So already the more intensity and bhava with which you take the name of the Lord, you will keep transcending the body identification automatically. The I will keep dissolving. The more your I is strong, to that extent, your insistence that I must do in order to become one. I must do something. We have to get out of it. And these gopis, ye tyakta loka dharmascha madarte tan vibharmyaham. So these gopis, because they recognize me as their own Atma, and their attention is always on the conscious self, the Atman, therefore they have renounced everything in this loka, in this world. They have renounced all the 7 worlds, higher worlds. They have renounced. They don't go after any gods, they don't go after any heaven, they don't want any ashirvad of the pitaras, the ancestors. They don't want the ashirvad of any devas. Who cares? For them, it is Krishna and Krishna alone, or Atma and Atma alone. They have transcended dharma. They have transcended good and bad. They have transcended knowledge and ignorance. And that is possible only by remembering the divine. By self-contemplation or by deep love for the Lord. It brings you to that. And in this way, Mahita preyasam preshte duraste gokula striyah smarantyonga vimuhyanti virau kanthya vihvala. So here he says in the 5th verse. So all these ladies, they are absolutely in love with me, they have surrendered everything to me. And remember, in duality, Krishna is, because Krishna is speaking about gopis, the duality is there, he is also feeling missing. He is showing that they are missing him. So because he is away from them, he says because they have given up everything to me, who is not other than their self, they must be sad. They must be thinking constantly of me because I am not in the midst of them and absorbed in me. And somehow these these gopis, they must be running their life because their soul has left the body. Remember, who was this fellow? Kumbhakaran. When Ramchandraji hit the arrow, first he cut the 2 arms. What was his name? Kumbhakaran. He kept walking. Then he cut his legs. He still kept walking, just with the stumps. Then he cut his head. Still the body was going forward. So there is no life, but the body is still moving, isn't it? So they must be walking dead because their soul is not with them. Because I am in Mathura, what must be going on with them? I am really concerned, and therefore, Uddhav, please go and give them some solace. And in this way, धारयन्त्यति कृच्छ्रेण प्राय प्राणान् कथञ्चन प्रत्यागमन संदेशैः बल्लव्यो मे मदात्मिकाः. So in this way he says that they must be living their life with great difficulty because I am not there, and even though I have given my assurance that I will come back. Nanda Baba and other Gopas must have gone and told them that Krishna said once he has fixed the job here, then he'll come. But his fixing job will take 80-90 years. It will not happen straight away. So please go and give them some santvana, and in this way our Uddhavji is beckoned by our Krishna Bhagwan that to go and give solace. Continuing, Shri Shukavacha Ityukta Uddhavo Rajan Sandesham Bharturardrutah Adaya Radhamarudha Aruhya Gokulam Prapto Nanda Vrajam Shriman Nimlochati Vibhavasau Channayana Pravishatam Pashunam Khurarenubihi Vasitarte Bhiyushyadbihi Naditam Shushmi Bhirvushaihi Dhavanti Bhishcha Vastrabihi Udho Bharai Swavatsakan Itastato Vilambadbihi Govatsair Manditam Sitaihi Godoha Shabdabhiravam Venu Namni Swanena Vacha Gayanti Bhishcha Karmani Shubhani Bala Krishnayo Swalam Krutabhir Gopi Bihi Gopaischa Suviranjitam Agnayarkatigo pra Pitrudevarchananvitaihi Dhupadipaischa Malyaischa गोपावासैर्मनोरमं सर्वतः पुष्पितवनं द्विजालिकुलनादितं हंसकारण्डवकीर्णैः पद्मवषण्डैश्च मण्डितम्. Thus, having been beckoned, instructed, requested by the Lord, Shukdev Ji Maharaj says, Ityukta Uddhavo Rajan Sandesham Bharturadritaha Adaya Ratamarudhya Prayayau Nanda Gokulam. Then Uddhav Ji Maharaj got onto a golden chariot and drove to the Vraja Bhumi, the Gokula, where Nanda Baba was living, and for what purpose? Carrying the message, Sandesham Bharturadritaha, to the relatives, to his parents, to all the gopis whom he has accepted as lovingly. Now they are not separate to him, they are his only. And to all these people to deliver the message. And he approaches Gokul because he has heard the stories through his childhood. He was of the same age of Krishna, and he has heard the prowess of Krishna. He has heard what Krishna did there, killing so many demons from childhood till he saw him in Mathura. He also knows about the Ras Leela, etc., etc. But it is only what he has heard. He has not experienced. There is a difference. So now he is going into the territory which is unfamiliar to him. He is a Jnani. He is a Vedanti. He knows everything. His teacher has been Brihaspati. His friend is Krishna. And he is going there with that arrogance. It may seem, we are not saying, I am putting those words, it's not written there, that I will give assurance to these gopis. Maybe he will come back wanting assurance from the Lord. You see? But he thinks Krishna has told that give assurance, so he will go and give assurance. That maybe they are still, everyone must be totally distraught from the separation of Krishna. So he goes with reverence. So, what is this? Prapto Nanda Vrajam Shriman Nimlochani Vibhavasau Channayana Pravishatam Pashunam Khurarenuvihi. So now, the moment he comes into the Vraja Bhumi, into Gokul, the whole scene is being described. How he is seeing the whole place. And what happens? The moment this Uddhav, the great, the Buddhiman, he reached Nanda Baba's Vraja Bhumi, the Gokul, and the time was the sunset. At sunset, golden rays of sun are coming onto the earth. I don't know if you have been to, in Fiji you can see that. In the evening, the golden orb on the horizon, एकदम लाल लाल दिखता है, between लाल and golden, and एकदम you can see with your bare eyes. You don't need sunglasses. When we were in Bombay studying, every evening we used to go for puja to the Jagdishwar temple, and there on the wall I will sit, and the sun is setting right in front of me, and I used to do tratak on the sun at that time of the. And while I am watching the sun, without blinking my eyes, you can see the birds flying in between. Jhund ke jhund, they are making different shapes, but your focus, eyes don't get tired. With the midday sun, you can't see. It is saumya, it is gentle at that time. Early in the morning and in the evening, it is gentle. So he saw the gentle light from the sun falling on the earth. What else did he see? All the cows and calves coming with their calves and rushing back to their homes. And as they are coming, all the dust that is being raised from the earth by the hooves of the cows and the calves, and it is spreading everywhere. And through that, imagine white cows, white calves, suddenly they come out of it and come to the village. And then the gopas with their stakes, someone screaming, someone shouting, don't go there, don't come here, friends arms in arms, and the whole scene suddenly, he had only heard, now he is watching it. And in this way, the bulls are fighting with each other, and they are fighting for what? That this cow is mine, not yours. That is written. They are fighting for their cows, and after that, the cows are rushing to meet their mothers, and the cows who have eaten all day in the pastures, they are running back to their newly born babies, the calves who are in the pen. Why? Their udders are full of milk, and they want to feed their babies, and therefore they are rushing towards their pens, to the respective pens. And in this way, not only that much, all the women of the Vraj Bhumi, of the Gokul, normally what happens when you are sad? If someone you love has gone away, or you are not able to meet, what happens to you? You don't take bath, you don't brush your teeth, everything is niras, everything you are not interested in. House is not kept clean. For whom? My darling is not there. For whom will I clean the house? You don't make good food. Why? Who is there to share it with? Complain. Call me, I'll come. That's the sad, pathetic disposition, because I is there. But what does Uddhav see among the gopis? Man, they are all beautifully dressed. Not only beautifully dressed, सबने lipstick, काजल आजल, सब बिंदी सब लगा के, they've got all the ornaments on. There's a spring in their step, there is a smile on their face. Says, I thought I came to meet people and give them assurance that Krishna is going to come back. But here, everyone is very happy. First shock. So, and what are they doing? This is the beautiful part. And what are they doing? Why are they so happy? Because Krishna has gone away from them. Is that why they are happy? While they are doing whatever they are doing, they are singing the glory of Krishna. They are singing the songs of Krishna. Not any moment is passing that Krishna is not the theme. This is the reason. When you think of the Lord, joy has to express out of your life, out of you. It cannot be any other way. When you think of the world, then crying has to express, complaints have to express, difficulties have to express. But in those same difficulties, if your attention is on the divine, then the impact of the difficulties, the challenges of the world, that gets minimalized and the Lord takes over. And what is Lord's nature? Satchid Ananda Swarup. Why sirf Anand? Paramananda Swarup. No, literally. You are laughing looking at me. I am saying Paramanand. He is the transcendental bliss, infinite, which has never a break in it. That is his nature. And if you have connected with him, when you go to temples, when you have a birthday, when some important guests are coming into your house, how do you behave? At your best, isn't it? House gets cleaned. Someone told me, Swamiji, please come once a month. I said, why? No, when you come, we clean our house. And then call me every week. Why once a month? Then they said, nahi Swamiji, my sons don't listen to me. Everything the mother has to do, and I am busy working 12, 14 hours, but these brothers, they don't do anything to help her. So now I have to go and stay with them for 2 days. Not your family. Yours also, but there's another with 2 sons. I have to stay with them. Why? Swamiji, we have to. When you are there, you have to, I said, easier. You send them to my mom. They will get fixed. See? So when the theme is that of the divine in our heart and mind, then joy, inspiration, creativity, fun, laughter, masti, this is the expression. Understand while that is taking place. If tears are coming, tears out of sadness, our attention has gone away from the divine. Our attention has gone to the thoughts. Our attention has gone to the emotions. Our attention has gone to the separation. Our attention has gone to the body. Our attention has gone to the world. That is why that pang of separation is. But that pang of separation can be taken as a, what do you call that? क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
Motivation.
हाँ?
Motivation.
As a motivation, as a
Springboard.
springboard. As a springboard to fall back into the lap of the divine for the mind. It can be. Because you don't decide that I am going to become sad. It comes. As long as you jump back, spring back into. The child doesn't, he falls down, he doesn't decide, I am going to fall now and starts crying. No, he falls, he starts crying, but he doesn't stop learning to walk, isn't it? He doesn't stop learning to cycle, learn how to bicycle, even after so many falls. चोट लगती है, खून निकलता है, but the excitement of being free, going at 30-40 kilometers an hour on the cycle, it catches your imagination. So you give less value to the pain, more value to the freedom that you are going to experience by learning cycling, by learning swimming, by learning walking. Imagine now, infinite freedom in spite of the obstacles, if your attention is on the divine. This value has to come in your mind. This value to the divine has to be given. If you give this value to your thoughts, to your emotions, to the world, to your attachments, to your relations, then why me? वो आएगा, वो हमेशा बैठा रहता है. एक तो शंख और दूसरा गदा. आ जाओ, खटाक. फिर से बुलाता है, आ जाओ. नहीं अभी नहीं, थोड़ा let me see my grandchild, let her become a teenager, let her get married, अभी तो शादी हुई है उसकी, अभी तो उसको बच्चा होना है. फिर एक गधा, फिर दूसरा गधा, फिर वो बुलाता है, फिर एक गधा. Life will keep giving you धक्के till you learn. अगर ये क्लिक हो गया तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. Then you are in his lap. And when Uddhavji Maharaj came there, in the he says, Agnyarkati, what is it? Agnyarkatithi go vipra pitru devarchananvitaihi धूपदीपैश्च माल्यैश्च गोपावासैर्मनोरमम्. In the 12th verse, he says that when he entered into the Vrindavan or into the Gokul, everywhere the groves were full of blossom, and on all sides the birds were chirping away, and the black bees were taking the nectar from the flowers, and the beds of lotuses and swans, and it was a divine scene, a divine, as if he has entered into a very divine place. His heart and mind were naturally pleasant. अभी भी आप चले जाओ गोकुल, except the pandas there, except the pandits who will be after you to do the puja. करते हैं, not every time, but they are like that only. But if you don't mind that, but the whole atmosphere in Gokul even today is like that. Exactly how it has been explained here, what Uddhavji has experienced. If you go in the evening, I stayed there at the Karshni ashram. You got more than 10,000 cows there. 10,000 cows. Every day, all of them, at least 5,000-7,000, they move out and they go to the pastures. सब जाते हैं. वाह! और जब वो आते हैं वापस in the evening, exactly the same scene. Inside the pen, all the calves they know the mother is coming. And they are screaming away. The mother knows that the child is hungry, so she is करके वो सब वहाँ करके वो भागते हुए आ रहे हैं और वो धूल उड़ रही है वहाँ पे. Beautiful. उधर जाके रहना कभी गए. If you want to go to Gokul and stay, let me know. I can organize there. And in this way, the place. गायन्ति भिश्च कर्माणि शुभानि बलकृष्णयोः स्वलंकृताभिर्गोपीभिः गोपैश्च सुविरांजितम्. And his mind was so happy, his mind was so intoxicated by the whole scene, and listening to the songs of the gopis who were singing the leelas of Krishna and Balrama, and in this way, now coming to the 14th verse. Tamagatam samagamya Krishnasyanucharam priyam Nandaprita parishvachya Vasudevadhiyarchayata Bhojitam paramannena संविष्टं कशिपौ सुखं गतश्रमं पर्यपृच्छत पादसंहाननादिभिः कच्चिदङ्गमहाभाग सखा न शूरनन्दनः आस्ते कुशल्यपत्याप्तैः युक्तो मुक्तः सुहृद्वृतः दृष्ट्या कंसो हतः पापः सानुगस्वेन पाप्मना साधूनां धर्मशीलानां यदूनां द्वेष्टि यः सदा अपि स्मरति न कृष्णो मातरं सुहृदः सखीन् गोपान् व्रजं चात्मनाथं गावो वृन्दावनं गिरिम् आप्यायास्यति गोविन्दः स्वजनान् सुहृदीक्षितुम् तर्हि द्रक्ष्याम तद्वक्त्रं सुनसं सुस्मितेक्षणं दावाग्नेर्वातवर्षाश्च वृषसर्पाश्च रक्षिताः दुरत्ययेभ्यो मृत्युभ्यः कृष्णेन सुमहात्मना स्मरतां कृष्णवीर्याणि लीलापाङ्गनिरीक्षतम् हसितं भाषितं चांग सर्वान् शिथिलाक्रियाः सरिच्छैलवनोद्देशान् मुकुन्दपदभूषितान् आक्रीडानीक्षमाणानां मनो याति तदात्मतां मन्ये कृष्णं च रामं च प्राप्ता विहसुरोत्तमौ सुराणां महदार्थाय गर्गस्य वचनं यथा कंसं नागायुत प्राणं मल्लौ गजपतिं तथा अवधिष्ठां लीलयैव पशूनिव मृगाधिपः तालत्रयं महासारं धनुर्यष्टिमिवे मरात् बभञ्जैकेन हस्तेन सप्ताहमदधाद्गिरिं प्रलम्बोधेनुकोरिष्टः तृणावर्तो बकादयः दैत्यासुरासुरजितो हतायेने हलीलया. So here we are in the 14th verse. So having our Uddhavji Maharaj, when he entered into the Gokul, this was the scene that welcomed him. And now Uddhavji, when he reached the house of the palace or the house of Nanda Baba, Nanda Baba was very, very happy, and immediately he took Uddhav and he embraced him. Because again remember, Uddhavji looks like Krishna Bhagavan, very close. And Nanda Baba felt as if the Lord Krishna has himself come to his abode, and then after that he gave him nice food to eat, and after having taken care of the guest, that is Uddhavji, with the food and drinks and water and everything, then he asked Uddhavji that भोजितं परमान्नेन संविष्टं काशीपौ सुखं गतश्रमं पर्यपृच्छत् पादसंवाहनादिभिः. Having given him food and everything, then he Nanda Babaji, he asked about Vasudev and Devaki and asked if they are all well, and he shared his joy and bliss, recounting the story of how the evil Kamsa was killed. This is how you begin the topic, little bit about the past, but you should come into the present quickly. Don't keep dwelling there. That's how you break the ice, Continuing. कच्चिदंग महाभाग सखा न शूरनंदनः आस्ते कुशलय पत्यादैः युक्तो मुक्त सुहृद वृतः. And after that, Nanda Baba asked Uddhavji Maharaj that does Krishna, the Lord Krishna, that Lalla, here it is written Krishna, but the name with which Nanda Baba and Yashoda used to call him was Lalla or Kanha. Does that Kanha, that Krishna, he remember us ever? And he's asking. And it is not out of sarcasm, it is not out of, sometimes, what happened today? Something, you must have experienced, you are going to do something and someone tells that you do that. Very frustrating, isn't it? You give food to the cat and then someone calls from behind. Have you given the food? Arey, I am giving. You have closed the door, someone calls. Have you closed the door? बड़ा गुस्सा आता है उसके बाद. But Nanda Baba is not like us. He knows Krishna will be thinking about them. Because whom does God give attention to? Those who are thinking about him. His attention is on everyone. But he will give specific attention to those who are always remembering him. Isn't it? So he knows that, but it is only out of matter of, to something to say. Instead of, this is the divine gossip, if you want to use those words. He says, does Krishna ever remember us? How is his mother? How are our relatives there in Mathura? Here in Vraj Bhumi, his mother is there, his father is there, his relatives are there, the cows are there, the Vrindavan is there, the Giriraj is there. Does he ever mention these in the conversation? Does he ever miss them? Does he say that he is going to come, and because he is missing them, he is going to come and spend some time here? So in this way, our Nanda Babaji is asking him, and Nanda Baba says, at least tell me this much, that api smarati na Krishno mataram suhruda sakhin gopan vrajam chatmanatham gavo vrindavanam girim आप्यायास्यति गोविंदः स्वजनान सुकृदीक्षितुं तर्हि द्रक्ष्याम तद्वक्त्रम सुनसम सुस्मितेक्षणम. He says, this Govinda, Swajanana Sukrudíkshitum, does he ever express a wish to give his darshan, his divine darshan, to all the Gokul Vasis, to all the cows, to all the animals, to all the birds, to all the relatives, to his father and mother? Has he ever mentioned it? I know he mentioned it after Kams was killed, but after that has he mentioned, or has he got lost in the beauty of Mathura and the girls of Mathura? And in this way, he says that tarhi drakshama tadvaktram sunasam susmitekshanam. If he had come here and given us the darshan, it would have satisfied a lot of beings here. And immediately he starts thinking that, we would have been able to see his beautiful Mukharvinda with the Kamalanayana, with the shapely nose, with the lotus red lips, and the sparkle in the eye, with the long hair, with the broad shoulders, with the kundala that he is wearing. And suddenly that picture of Krishna that he has always played with, that comes in front of him. And that picture, why? Throughout Bhagavatam we have seen so many times that picture of Krishna is being explained. Why? Because the moment that picture of Krishna comes in the screen of your mind, everything becomes secondary. Isn't it? In meditation, there are 3 stages. Drishyanuvit, second one is? Shabdanuvit. So first is Drishyanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Second is Shabdanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Then comes Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Then comes Sahaja Samadhi. So what is Shabdanuvit? Drishyanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Vikalpa is a thought. So Samadhi with a thought is called Savikalpa Samadhi. And that Samadhi with a thought is of 2 types. First is, it can be a thought of a form, and the second is, it can be a thought of a name. Name is always subtler than the form. Form is the quality of fire. Name or the word is the quality of space. Air, fire, water, earth have come from space. So naturally space is subtler and form is grosser. Space has got no form, air has got no form, fire has a form. That's the first place where fire comes. And the fire, the place of the Agni is your Anahat Chakra. So when you transcend, or your energy comes to this point and transcends, immediately your identification with your form drops. See? So here, Drishyanuvit is, if you can't focus, you are sitting in meditation, it doesn't happen, your mind runs here and there, take a form, beautiful form of Krishna, Pitambar Dhari, Shankha Chakra Gada Padma, having a crown, black hair flowing out, and don't look at a form like that one. That is Jada. What does Jada mean? Gross. We want Chaitanya Vigraha. Chaitanya means you can imagine that form, but you must imagine that form to be a living form, not a picture, not a statue. It must be a live statue. It must be a live picture. See? Then your connection with life consciousness, it will take place. Otherwise, it will just take you into Jada Samadhi. That's all. And eventually, Jada Samadhi is not other than sleep. So, that is Drishyanuvit. And you are chanting the name also, you are chanting Krishna, Krishna, Krishna and seeing his form. After some time, you don't have to worry about it. After some time, the form will dissolve, only the name will remain. Then, when the name remains and you are not disturbed for a long period of time, you are in Shabdanuvit Savikalpa Samadhi. Then the word will also drop. Va, Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti, Para. So that is the journey from the gross to the subtle, subtle to the causal, causal to the transcendental. And the word also dissolves. Then where you reach? Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But how long can you sit in Nirvikalpa Samadhi? For some time. Again you come out. Arre baapre, फिर से I have to face the whole world. Then naturally, first it is an intoxication that I want to get into Nirvikalpa, I want to get into Nirvikalpa, I want to get into Nirvikalpa. And you keep going back, morning, afternoon, evening, any free time you want to get into Nirvikalpa. And whenever you come out, I want to go back again. But body cannot handle sitting for so many hours. Stomach cannot handle sitting for so many hours. It feels hungry. If it feels hungry, it has to go to toilet. If it has to go to toilet, it has to clean itself up. Again it will feel hungry. So all these disturbances, then by the grace of the divine, it clicks inside. That how can, this thought also, you may read it many times, you may listen to meme also many times, but it must come from within your heart. From your own inner self will speak to you. How can I make this Samadhi, Nirvikalpa Samadhi experience into a 24/7 experience? How can I, that whether I am in meditation or I am out in the world, how can I remain ever aware of the divine in my heart? This sthiti, this state of disposition, the gopis have achieved. Gopis have achieved that. Whatever they do in life is not corrupting their remembrance, their connection, their beingness, being the divine. This is the beauty. This has to come about. And it comes about only by the grace. And grace flows only when you remember the grace. Simple formula. If I remember Padmini, then Padmini will give me attention. If I remember Dinesh, Dinesh will give me attention. See? So right now I am talking to all of you, but sometimes my eyes on her, sometimes my eyes on him, sometimes my eyes on him, isn't it? Sometimes my eyes on him also, but he is not giving me attention. He is busy writing. His ears may be open, but 100% is not there. God is also like that. The Lord is within and without. He is all the time giving attention. But special attention when you give him attention. You become aware of it. He doesn't need your attention because he knows he's complete. You feel you are incomplete, so you need to give attention, isn't it? You want the union. Does Lord want union with you? He is complete. Nothing is lacking in him. We are feeling incomplete. We want union with him. So we have to give attention. As much importance we have given to this world, more than that importance we have to give to the Lord. That, more than that. Because your attention will go only to that which you have given importance to. Only what you have given importance to. Right now you have given importance to this satsang. That's why you are here. After some time you will forget the satsang, you will start giving importance to food. Then you will forget the food, then you will start giving importance to driving back home. Then you will forget driving, then you will give importance to sleep. Your importance keeps changing. But while all this is going on, can we remember and have a connection with the divine? Not in retrospect. Not in retrospect. While at every moment of our existence, are we having that connection? Every moment of its existence, is this phone connected to the airwaves? Is it connected? Yes, but it is not on. I have to make it on, isn't it? The possibility, the potential is there. But if I don't put it on, I cannot, the airways cannot express through this, isn't it? Oh, if I put it on all the time, then the battery will become flat. The same thing happens to us also. After a whole day's slog, our battery becomes flat and we want to go and sleep to get recharged so that we can do our business out there in the world. Isn't it? Agree or not? So, how can I live without recharging and yet remain charged? This is the way. Remember the divine. When you remember the divine, yesterday I went to satsang. We got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. We drove all the way to Melbourne, and 3 hours later I had a satsang. Yesterday. So the person who came to pick me up, he says, Swamiji, how do you do this? You don't look tired. मैंने कहा उसकी कृपा है यार सब कुछ नहीं, but you are not even sounding tired. मैंने कहा क्या करूँ, अब मैं क्या बोल सकता हूँ, जब भगवान का नाम लेते हैं तो आनंद ही आनंद है. कहते हैं I am also behaving like this only, but other people are reacting because I was not like this before, and now everything I'm so energetic, doing more and more. I'm getting afraid of myself. His attention is going to the people instead of going to the divine. क्या So, important point of this whole thing is divine is ever present, and the epitome of devotion is the Gopi Bhav. Even Narad Muni has said that if you want to love the Lord, if you want to do bhakti, devotion, do it like the gopis. Not specifically. Devotion is not having a statue and lighting the lamp and story over. No. True devotion is that the Lord's name, in spite of whatever activity is taking, the Lord's name is incessantly echoing within you. And there is no guilt when you perform the actions out there in the world. Because when will guilt precipitate? When will guilt precipitate? precipitate.
When you take ownership.
When you take ownership of the action, recognize all actions are taking place by His will, not your will. Hunger comes not because you want, it comes. Someone said in Sydney, the talk was how to overcome, the satsang was in Newcastle, how to stop the mind from traveling around in the world. That was the topic. And there the thought came that do I ever have a feeling, a desire that my eyes should not see, that the ears should not hear, that the tongue should not taste, the nose should not breathe or smell? Do you have this feeling? Do you ever try to control the seeing? You get up in the morning, I start seeing, cut, everything you are watching. Then why do we have this desire to control the mind from thinking? It is the job of the mind to think. It cannot do anything else. Just like eyes have the job description of seeing, similarly the mind has the job description of thinking. Let it think. You get out of the way. You be aware of the Lord, because of whom thinking is taking place, because of whom seeing is taking place, because of whom hearing is taking place, because of whom hunger is taking place, because of whom heart is beating, because of whom breath is coming in and out. You remain attentive of that. You don't have to remember also. You have to just be attentive of it. Because remembering means again going into the mind. You remain attentive of it. Attention doesn't require thoughts. It's awareness. Awareness is independent of thoughts. Automatically, the impact of the mind, the impact of the thoughts will start diminishing. Automatically. But if you think, I have to control it, then it's the yoga way. Then lage raho munna bhai, 12 saal. 12 years. Control the mind, control the body, control the breath. And the moment you stop, again it comes back. Everything comes back. Kya time ho gaya?
8:25.
So in this way, we'll finish this part. And then he starts enumerating, Nanda Baba starts enumerating all the feats of Lord Krishna, and he goes on to say that in the 20th verse, the Lord remembering the Nanda Baba remembering the Lord, he says, Uddhav, the heart of Sri Krishna is infinite, and his prowess, his strength is also infinite, and he has protected us from the Davanala, the fire that ravaged the forest after the Kali Anartan. After that, there he protected the father, mother, and all the villagers, and he has protected us from the storm. He has protected us from Vrishasur and Aghasur and so many asuras, and he has saved us. And we continuously keep thinking about his stories, we keep thinking about his form, we keep thinking about his plays, we keep thinking about his sports and how he used to play. We keep contemplating and remembering his sweet, sweet words, how he used to tease the gopis, how he used to break the pots, how he used to steal away the clothes, how he used to trouble the young girls, and all this we keep remembering, and when we keep remembering all this all the time, we sometimes we forget that we have got some duties also. We forget we have some duties also. but he is not feeling guilty that he has not done it, because he finds remembering the Lord is more fulfilling than doing the duties. Now, a common man will ask, then what about the duties? Why you worry? Why you worry? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham vinitya yuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. The Lord says, I will take care of you. See? Yoga means what you need in life. Kshema means what you need to protect in life. He says, I'll do both. Ananyas chintayanto mam. Ye jana paryupasate. Those people in this world who exclusively, ananya, chintayanto mam, exclusively to me think, chintayanta. I take care of them. See? But this way, Nanda Babaji is recounting the past feats of our Krishna Bhagavan, and he says, and because of those remembrances, we go into a reverie and we forget that we have to milk the cows, that we have to graze the cows, that we have to pay tax to Mathura, and we have to do that we have to take bath, we have to brush. All this sometimes we forget. We forget when we are watching a movie, we forget कि भूख खाना भी खाना चाहिए. When we are sleeping, we keep sleeping. Why? Out of laziness. But here it is not happening out of laziness. It is happening as an offshoot of remembrance of the divine, and therefore no guilt. He is just mentioning what is taking place. And therefore, when he says that when we go to Yamuna, we remember how Krishna did the Kalyanartan. So now he is telling wherever he goes, different places, they remind him of the Lord. So when we go to Yamuna, it reminds us of the Kalyanartan. When we see the Giriraj, we remember he lifted the Giriraj for 7 days and 7 nights. Okay, 9 days, 9 nights. 7 days and 7 nights. And he did that. And when we enter into the forest, we remember how he used to take our cows and he used to control, not by screaming at them, merely he used to play the flute and all the cows used to come from wherever they were. And in this way, and when we see his friends, we remember how he used to play kushti and langdi, what? Gulli danda. I don't know what you call in gilli danda bolte hain. So we used to play all those play, and Dhav. There are so many places where we go around in this Vrajabhumi, in this Gokul, that the imprint of the feet of Krishna has still not gone away. And the moment we see those footprints, we just feel that he has just gone, he is just hiding behind the tree, or he is just playing in the bush. Just looking at his footprints brings us so much joy. What to tell about all the other things. And in this way, Uddhavji, Nanda Baba says, I believe that Sri Krishna and Balram, they are both gods, and it must be the gods must have sent Krishna and Balram down on earth because of some higher purpose. And that higher purpose here he says, Sadhunam dharma shilanam yadunam dveshtiya sada. That these two have come down because to what Gita says, परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे. So this is the purpose for which they must have, the gods must have sent these two, and this has been told to me by some great siddhas. He is telling Uddhav, don't I am telling you what I have heard from great siddhas. Because who told him that? Garga Muni came, he told him, and along with him, and Vrindavan continuously, the river of Mahatmas was coming because Krishna was there, and everyone used to tell he is meant for some great things, he is the Lord himself, he is this, he is that, but no father wants to believe his child is God. He has to prove. So Krishna started from beginning only. Now it has sunk. Now it has sunk. And he has accepted, and now he is singing his glory. And then not only this, Uddhav, Gargacharya ji had told me this, and see this Krishna, this Kamsa, who had the strength of 10,000 elephants, to that Kamsa, this Krishna, just in mere sport, he killed him. He buried him into the earth by one ghusa, one box on his head. See Mushtika Chanur, they were such great, wrestlers, each having so many hundreds of elephant strength. But Krishna and Balram, just as if they were not even seriously taking the whole issue. Just like that, they have finished them off. They must be gods. And in this way, thinking in this way, the Nanda Babaji in the he says, and they have killed not only those, but Pralambasur, Dhenukasur, Arishtasur, Trinavarta, Bakasur, and defeated the Kalyanag, etc., etc. And all this they, both of the brothers, accomplished in mere sport, not putting too much attention, just like that. And continuing Shri Shukovacha, we will see from here in our next class. What happens to Nanda Baba? Whenever we think of the Lord intensely, yesterday we were driving back, and what did we do while we were driving back? First 2-3 times we chanted at the full throttle Hanuman Chalisa. कोई नहीं है. उसके बाद भजन कीर्तन, उसके बाद कुछ हिंदी गाने. I got all old songs. So all old songs, all love songs. But who was the beloved? The Lord. And it was going on. Then contemplation began. When the contemplation began, some discussion, and suddenly she said, then there is nothing to talk about anymore. Tears were flowing. Tears were flowing because of the pang of separation. Then suddenly realization that you cannot think about him, you cannot talk about him, but I am trying to give words to that which cannot be talked about. Suddenly there was silence. After that silence what? फिर धूम धड़का, बल्ले बल्ले, फिर मस्ती, फिर गाने लग गए, फिर दे देना. See, ऐसे ही होता है. But watch the bigger game. Watch the bigger one. Don't approach divinity as an individuality. While approaching divinity as individuality, recognize the goal is that divinity which is the only thing that is there. The Lord is the only thing. He is the, He is the material cause of the whole creation, and He is the nimitta karan. He is the efficient cause. He is the creator, and He has created the whole creation out of Himself. If he is Satchidanand Swarup and he has created the whole creation out of himself, then the whole creation has also to be of the nature of Satchidanand Swarup. And you, in your own, arrogance, you and we, every one of us, a man in general, in his arrogance, thinks he wants to go and meet the God. He can never. It is only by grace. So as long as we make that effort, but know within that it will happen only by grace. And that grace is present even at this moment. These words, Nanda Babaji Maharaj, Uddhavji Maharaj will try to give to Nanda Baba and Yashoda. And what is their response is the next chapter, Bhramara Gita. It's also beautiful. Uddhav will go realized. Uddhav, who came to give solace to all these people whom Krishna said they must be suffering because of the separation from me, Uddhav realizes they know Krishna better than me. See? So let's wait and see how it unfolds in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Mudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. We are waiting to hear from our